Hello and welcome to Visit Fylde Coast. Excuse the alarm. It seems to be ringing at the sandcastle, which is directly across the road from us. Since it's November, almost December, and you very rarely get to see Blackpool and see what it looks like in winter, I thought today we would take a little walk around the outside of the Pleasure Beach. While the Pleasure Beach is of course closed because their season has finished. So we're at the side of the gardens and the Adventure Golf, and I've just noticed that all they've put Christmas trees in, and they've all got red baubles on them. Don't they look nice? They look really effective. So we're going to take a walk along the front of the boulevard, and we're going to go and have a look and see what little bits of interesting things we can find out, and see what it looks like when it's quiet and there's nobody about. I think these look really lovely. You see, this is how you should leave a site over winter. Clean, tidy, maintained, looked after, all ready just to unlock the gates next year and crack on. Look at the starlings getting bathed in the waterfall over there. It's obviously their own private clean water spa. Oh, bless them. Trust me to notice starlings in the middle of Blackpool. You see them getting bathed. So of course the Adventure Golf is part of the Blackpool Pleasure Beach estate, and this huge building covers, well, I'm saying building, multiple buildings. This huge amusement park covers 42 acres in old money, which in new money is 17 hectares. There's W.G. Bean's Coffee House there, so if you're at this neck of the woods and you want a drink, you can pop in and grab a coffee. So of course it's closed. It's closed because the Pleasure Beach closed at the end of November. It's open weekends. So yesterday, it's Monday that I'm filming this, Monday the 28th, I think it is, yes. So yesterday would have been its last day for this season, but as you can see, according to the poster, the Christmas Grotto is now open at weekends, but the actual park itself is closed. So all these kiosks that you're usually used to seeing open and trading for business, they're all closed up. And there you go, there's somebody else doing some deep cleaning. Look, that looks like a pressure washer or a steam cleaner, one or the other. So it's all locked up and boxed off, and there's somebody else doing a bit more maintenance. It's all quiet on the western front. And of course Noah's Ark, which is the red that you can see there, is one of the old original ones. So it next opens in March 2023 for weekends, and then from then on it's pretty much normal opening. And if you're wanting to book for next year, you can do that online. So this of course is the big one, and there's no way on this earth, I've got a reasonable knowledge of Blackpool Pleasure Beach, but there's no way on this earth that you would get me on that. You'll be used to walking past and seeing the carriages come flying round. And that opened in 1994. Don't seem that long ago. And when it opened, it was the biggest roller coaster, the tallest roller coaster in the world. That's one of the Blackpool Illuminations tableaus over there. So the Pleasure Beach is the most densely populated theme park in the world, according to Wikipedia, according to my research on Wikipedia this morning. Because everything, you'll know if you've been in, everything is tucked in and under and over other rides, so that absolutely every little bit of space is used. And it just looks so different when everything's quiet. It's only about 2 o'clock, and looking at the way that the sun's dropping, you'd think it were about bedtime. So the Pleasure Beach was founded in 1896 by A.W.G. Bean and his partner John Outhwaite, hence the Beans coffee shop at the entrance. And the current managing director is Amanda Thompson, and she's Bean's great-granddaughter, and it's always been family owned. It's always been family owned. And something else I discovered this morning that I didn't know, it's the only private company in the UK that's not imposed by planning restrictions. Although they do, of course, have to abide by CAA, Civil Aviation Authority rules on the height of roller coasters, because you can't interfere with low-flying planes, given the fact that there's an airport not far as the crow flies to the left. And all these shops across the front are all part of the Pleasure Beach estate. This is this used to be a side entrance, and that's entrance into a car park. All looks very, very different, doesn't it? It's a very busy road, isn't it? The traffic's quite loud. So Revolution, I'm just wondering whether, I think we'll see most of the rides when we get round the other side. Revolution opened in 1979, and it was the first inverting steel coaster in Europe. And I can remember my granddad going on that. He did. And this is actually a bridge where the park continues over the top of it. Don't let a road get in the way. Yeah, so he obviously had a sense of adventure that the rest of the family didn't possess. Now, has anybody been on the steeplechase? The steeplechase is right at the back of the park against the road that runs around the outer circumference. And apparently the Pleasure Beach is the last park in the world to operate a steeplechase. Now, I've been on that, shocking as it may seem, and apart from one bit that's incredibly high, quite enjoyed it. Oh, here we go, another 2 men cleaning. Goodness me, imagine. Oh, they're putting scaffolding on. Imagine putting scaffolding on that. Lordy gordy. I could hear music. I thought it was a passing car. And then when we get up to this grey building on the left-hand side, that's the side of the new Boulevard Hotel, which is, I think if I remember rightly, that opened during COVID. And that's very nice. I've been to meetings in there, and it's very nice. So if you're a roller coaster fan, you'll know that Icon opened in 2018, and that was the last big ride that Pleasure Beach built. And if I tell you that it cost £16.25 million to build, you'll understand why they don't build one every week. Because the investment is enormous, and then on top of that you've got to try and find somewhere to shoehorn it into, which is another matter altogether, in a park that's absolutely ram-jam full. And this is South Shore, so you might just be able to see a little wind turbine turning on the left hand side down there next to some white sheeting. That's the turbines are at the Solaris Centre. And then of course there's all the beautiful prom, beach and seafront at the right. This is the Boulevard Hotel. It's the best kind of grass, isn't it? Plastic. And the main entrance is around the other side, I think. Forgotten. So this is the entrance for the hotels. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. Skyforce. Now that, the RAF Skyforce opened in 2015. You see there's two planes, one there and one there, in conjunction with the RAF. Oh, there's another one there, look, just slightly on each side. And they tip and tilt and turn as you're going round. And they actually, I think you can actually turn them as well yourself. It's not something I've ever researched with my complete dislike of anything like that. Oh dear me, you won't get me on that at no price. Another ride I did like was a log flume. I went on that a few times and got drowned from head to foot. And that closed in 2006. And you still see, occasionally, carriages from log flumes and things like that. I think there's a hotel just around this corner actually got a carriage in their front drive. You do occasionally see things like that parked in car parks and frontages. And the Thompson family also owned Pleasureland at Southport. That also closed in 2006. So I think that concludes our little quiet walking tour of the promenade and the external perimeter of the front of the Pleasure Beach. I'm not going to walk all the way around the back access, it's too far. It's too far, too cold, and I'm too tired. But these are residential around here. But there's loads of hotels. That looks like it's having a facelift. Judging by the amount of building work, plenty of places to stay. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to make sure that you've subscribed and hit the bell and signed up for your newsletter and done all that kind of stuff. And until next time, we will see you later. Bye for now.